Whoa. What? Oh my God. What? Does everybody see the pig? Good. Whoa! When it calms down, there's better for both. This is too much for Roseville. It's so cool.
This is something that we can do invisibly and actually have the camera running behind the web page that you're looking at.
It's either he sold his soul or he was forced to do what he did on stage.
I'm scared too. Just relax, baby, relax. Sit down. Sit down.
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching your TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But I seen a lot of people in the last video and yesterday's video saying y'all don't believe in Damo Draper. Well, my question would be is, and that's the vampire guy, what would make you believe in it? What do you have to see? What do you have to know? What is it that would make you a believer? Like, I'm asking, because I seen a lot of people saying they didn't believe it. I'm curious, what would make you a believer? Also, happy birthday to Blue Star Syrian. Your birthday is November 10th. I see today's the 9th. I won't put a video out on Monday, but I want to go ahead and give you I want to give you some love on your birthday. Also, happy belated to Big Debo 91. Appreciate you, bro. I got you. I seen your comment. I got you. Shout out to Black Bruce Wayne, Cali Stoner, F3Z. Shout out to you, and shout out to Rita Realtor. I appreciate all y'all. A lot of more shout outs coming. November 19th, I seen there's a lot of birthdays. I'll make sure I try to get a video out. I haven't seen what day that falls on yet. If it's a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I don't know yet. But I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Was serene. Fans pointed to these similarities. They saw it as proof of some kind of secret ritual. They said Beyoncé didn't just take Serene's image, she even took her soul. To this day, Serene's mom still says she sees her daughter inside Beyoncé. Is it a coincidence, a tribute, or the biggest?
That shit sound like that Lady Gaga story. I don't know if it's real though. I gotta look. I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know.
Oh, you thought that was all done with the magic touch of a super good plastic surgeon and some ice dunking? No, sweetheart. Actually, that's called adrenochrome. Yeah, look that one up. Oh, you thought those were ladies. The first No, sweetie. A woman doesn't have a size 15 foot on accident. My foot is large, but it ain't that big. You also don't mistakenly call your wife Mike when her name is... Just saying. Oh, I can't touch that with a 10-foot pole. The reason being is that I've only read the handbook created by the creator of this place, saying that, let the expanse separate the waters from above and from below. So that would probably tell me what? Yeah, no, outer space doesn't exist. Exactly, correct. It can't if there's water. So you thought that the water above was outer space, and we took a rocket, shot it through this glass ceiling that is impenetrable, and made it to outer space. Time to blast! Ooh, I didn't want to touch this one with a 30-foot pole, but when in Rome, okay, class, who invented the first clinic? Right, okay. And then why would they want to do that? Why would they want to mass produce the idea of men and woman and woman? External what? I'm just the messenger.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, that last one I don't touch at all.
Kind of speaking on a space card from the galaxy. Do what we ran. We intergalactic high school. Come on. Why the we ran him to Earth, man? Stop bringing him up in my comments. He ain't nothing like this. Oh, Neptune ass nigga. I run with them real space. I run with the real space killers. That nigga Pierre. Man, I'll put that bitch on it. I'll zap his ass.
That gotta be a costume, bro.
It's one or two things when it come to this Floyd situation when he was talking about. It's either he sold his soul or he was forced to do what he did on stage. In the speech, y'all can hear this man clearly trembling over his words while the people in the background looking like, I don't know, y'all, it's some weird shit going on, fool. That ain't the Floyd I know. I know he stutter a lot, but trembling in his words, that equals scary. If you ain't see it, go look at it.
What if I told you there's a lot of people that think pink salt is the petrified remains of not just giants, but titans, which are like giants. Now, at the bottom here is a pink salt mine, and that does happen to be the, interior view of the muscle patterns on a human. But that is too much of a stretch. You're thinking, dude, what a freaking wingnut is this? But bear with me because this gets a little bit shocking. Now, many people think that there's a lot of petrified remains of creatures that they just chalk up to being wind blew in a funny direction and, erosion and all that. It does look like a hard-pressed thing to have happen from wind. But if you go into the ancient texts and you translate them, the Titans were bigger than the giants, which we know they wrote all about as well. We're talking like 400 feet tall, some even taller, which again is so shocking. You don't even believe in giants. How are you going to believe in Titan? Now, yes, we have many movies and cartoons of Titans. We're talking Godzilla-sized, like crazily gigantic creatures. Too far out, right? But if the trees, here's a normal tree stump, here is a Table Rock Mountain in Oregon. How did it get flat? How did this mountain, quote unquote, get flat? In nature, very few things are flat, especially rocks. Now, the ancient story is, this is what it says in the book of Enoch, that there were giants all around the earth, many titans, but many giants, and they were like cannibals, and they weren't good. So God flooded the earth, and he sent angels down to cut down the giant ancient trees, like Devil's Tower, to stop the giants from being able to escape to these high areas and survive the flood. Well, where did they get pink salt from? A mountain. What would be a place to go to if there was a giant flood? A mountain. So, did a giant titan lay down and petrify on top of the ground, or a mountain rather, in Afghanistan, turn into salt, and now we're eating his muscle fibers? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
I was thankful that at least one day of the year, everybody celebrates the devil.
Oh my God.
And he's talking about Halloween.
Yeah.
There's an ex-Satanist, a member of the Satanic Church. He came out and he said,
Halloween, it is the most probably important day on the Satanic calendar. It is also the night of the year where there is the most human sacrifice on the whole planet.
What's so weird about Halloween is all of the paganism that ties into it and the fact of it just being from a dark place.
Halloween is a dark, dark day. If you are a Christian, you must not engage engage in any of these practices of the occult. There is legit darkness that can be channeled.
So October 31st is supposed to be the day where the underworld and the spirit world connect, looking for refuge from people.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to give food to the poor. The way trick-or-treaters come to your door, trick-or-treat. Because if you don't, then the bad spirits will haunt you or trick you. Trick or treat.
Yeah. And isn't it a thing where it's like, oh, you're supposed to dress up as these monsters, so they don't realize that
they think you're a spirit as well.
You're like, oh, you're on my team, I'm not gonna haunt you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of the rockets.
Is that for what? I don't know what that is. What is that? Well, if that's a rocket, it's going to explode, and we're going to hear the explosion here in a minute. Oh, no, it's still going. Right?
Man, some of this shit we see in the sky, bro.
So I'm gonna be in Miami until Thursday, and I want to know, guys, are there mosquitoes out in the Everglades right now? Because I know it got a little bit cooler. Because if there are mosquitoes out in the Everglades, I need somebody. Actually, I need a group of people crazy enough to go with me to the Everglades, half naked, Thursday evening, to test my Zaparoma, my mosquito repellent. Alright, so if you are a candidate, and that's only if the mosquitoes are out, alright? Like, you know, they don't have to be horrible, but we need to have a good test and control to make sure it's really working, right? So let me know, and let me know if you're willing to potentially sacrifice yourself with me in the Everglades.
I don't know if it's already passed, but if you're in Florida, y'all better reach out.
Let's see, she's obviously... Wait, hold on. Sloan, what happens to the original person after they're cloned? Okay, you guys have to stop repeating your questions over and over. The original person's consciousness is stored in a separate space. So there is the physicality of the person and the consciousness. Those are two different things. Right now I exist with my consciousness, my spirit, my etheric, and my physical body. So the consciousness of myself, the way that I am, okay, the way that I am as a person, that consciousness and that mindset is put over here and aside. I do not know what happens to the physical body. If they remove the consciousness, they can pretty much put a different consciousness inside a person and they would respond differently but look similar. So I'm not sure if that's how they do it, okay? Yes, I don't forget OG anybody. OG, I do not forget the OG. The OG people. I do not. You know what's hit my head? Really weird. Really weird. Okay? Do you know what has hit my head? What the hell is wrong with Corey Feldman? What is he out there doing? What is happening?
You think they built this building in 1897?
Earlier than that, even.
No way. No way.
We're celebrating our 200th anniversary, so that would mean that it was built in 1825.
You believe that?
Yeah, I believe that.
No way. Thank you,
Here's
brother.
the roll, and then...
I don't know. Make it make sense. Sorry, it's a little loud. This is the entrance to the museum. What is going on here? Why is the snake and everyone in agonizing pain? Angels and women and this guy. I know. All men over 45 should get a colonoscopy. Easy, guy. Interesting. Drop it on purpose. What's going on here? Brooklyn Museum. Make it make sense. Who knows what's going on? All I know is that they're probably lying. Archway.
I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck with y'all. This for entertainment purposes. Museums that have art, artifacts, cultural things that are involved with importance, like ancient civilizations, things like that. If it comes from another country, another land, another area, it should not be here in Brooklyn, New York, in the United States of America. If it comes from another, country, it shouldn't be here, and we shouldn't be charged to see something that ain't even y'all's, bro. That technically would be stolen. That's not cool. That's like somebody stealing something, having people come view whatever they stole, and they charging people to view it. That's how I feel about the zoo as well. You capture animals, take them out their habitat, and have us come view them in a cage? That's damn near putting them in jail, having us come watch them, and we walking through the zoo, which is a jail, and we watching them behind the bars. Like, bro, like, let's make that shit make sense. And the other thing I would question is, if some of those artifacts are here and they not stolen, there we go with history right there. You run with the rest of it. If it is from here, let's say those items were from Brooklyn, New York. Don't that contradict with their history? These people came from here. And that artifacts aren't stolen because they were found here in Brooklyn, New York. That make you start to have to dive deeper down that rabbit hole. It's just, bro, and at the end of that, all I'm going to say is I don't like sometimes some museums who take artifacts. Like the Vatican, they way out of pocket. They way out of pocket. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, though.
Oh my god. There's no way this just happened and no one else talk about this video. Because what we just witnessed was one of the most horrific things ever to take place.
Now, the sad part is that no one ever expected this to happen.
As we all know, Robin Williams passed away because of unfortunate reasons. Now, we would all hear Robin Williams say, "Stay with me." And it never made any sense to anybody. Every time that he would sit there and actually say that, everybody was always curious of what he actually meant when he said, "Stay with me." Now, oddly enough, everybody always admired him for what he was able to do when it came to the movie screen. He became the actor that no one else ever could, and if it wasn't because of his unfortunate demise, would have reached the peak. But what if I told you all of that was fake? But not like conspiracy fake. As in the real reason why he would always say, "Stay with me." It finally all makes sense.
We all remember Mrs. Doubtfire and Robin Williams. It's so sad when a comedic genius dies, especially when they go out the way they did. Maybe you don't remember that. Robin Williams had been suffering from severe... Well, have you ever seen this guy, Uncle Pappy? He doesn't seem too depressed to me. And not only is he a dead ringer for you know who, but man, he sure does do a pretty good imitation.
Seems I can't make a video without people comparing me to Robin Williams, and that man brings a damn tear of joy to my eye. I love him so much, man. So I'm gonna do a little Robin impression for y'all, okay? This is Robin Williams talking to me about swimming with the alligators. Let me see now. Pappy, you swim with the alligators. If you get attacked, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's a grand adventure. I don't know, man. Go easy on me. I'm just tired, man. I practiced a long time for that.
Did y'all peep the symbolism?
So it's looking like humans didn't actually start on Earth. Check this out. Scientists studying a 2 billion year old meteorite claim they found DNA-like sequences inside it. And get this, they resemble human DNA. If that's true, it completely flips everything we know about our origins. It could mean life on Earth didn't begin here, it was planted here. Maybe from the stars, maybe from another civilization entirely. What if humans are actually aliens who just forgot where we came from? Remember, nothing is set in stone. Stay weird.
And if we say aliens are demons, then what do you call...
I trespassed on cult grounds, and someone inside caught me. Down a normal suburban street outside of Portland, Oregon, lurks one of the most enduring legends on the internet, the Temple of Oculus Anubis. When I arrived at the iconic gates, I was reminded of the opening to Castlevania. Or that scene in Willy Wonka where Charlie stands outside the gate and some random guy says, "Nobody ever goes in. Nobody ever comes out." Except in my case, the gates were open. I had a perfect view of the path leading to the towering statue of Sekhmet. I don't advocate trespassing. I had tried for weeks to find a way to reach the owners. So, resigned to being told to leave, having dogs sent after me, or being arrested, I stepped inside. I moved slowly down the path, soaking in the hauntingly beautiful atmosphere. I listened for rustling bushes or the beating of drums, looked for the flicker of torches or glimpses of hooded figures. But the only thing that appeared at the end of the path was a house. Not a gingerbread house or a Gothic mansion, just a house. I knocked at the door and waited. No answer. I turned to leave, but then the owner arrived and caught me on my way out. I shared about my educational experience and the type of content I create. We had a wonderful conversation, and to my surprise, she graciously gave me permission to tell the story I was hoping to tell. Oculus Inc. was the name of a fake eye care company that defrauded people of $3 million to fund the construction of what the internet calls Oculus Anubis. But that isn't the story I want to tell. That story's been told. This is the story about the stories we tell about this place. In the aftermath of fraud, the wife of one of those convicted was left to manage the property and the fallout. That fallout not only included those who were defrauded, but those who have created the lore around this place. There are tales of Egyptian death cults, networks of underground tunnels, secret occult gatherings, and even a fraudulent website called Oculus Anubis, The Rebirth, which is also the subtitle for one of the Howling movies. The owner told me once a man showed up with a sledgehammer threatening to smash the gates, forcing her to call the police. When I visited for the first time, a vandal had even smeared feces on the white statue of Sekhmet. The real story is about one person left to carry the fallout, where the very family behind the fraud kept creating new problems, all while internet sensationalists perpetuate myths that threaten the family, including the children that live here. As for the actual business happening behind these gates, the family is trying to rebuild their life by transforming this place from Oculus Anubis to Sonny's Organic Farm, specializing in chickens and eggs. There's an amazing irony in that this is the kind of place kids dare each other to enter, calling each other chicken if they refuse. Yet being a chicken is actually what qualifies you to get in here. Now, we can't deny certain buildings and landscapes evoke the imagination and inspire storytelling, but we need to handle each other's stories with care. In other words, good stories are important, but it's more important to be good neighbors. The reality is there is no cult inside the gates of Oculus Anubis, but there is a cult of chat around this cul-de-sac that has captured attention. This is my small effort to give gossip some glasses to see the truth and to encourage people to turn a blind eye to those trying to make this place a spectacle. You can help this family out by sharing this content and also engaging their blog. Details are in the caption. And let me know what you think of the myth of Oculus Anubis. For more stories like this, including the time I nearly lost my legs in the ruins of a giant's home in Wales, please follow along.
Look, I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all. That was a lot of symbolism going on. A lot of monuments, whatever you want to put it, statues, however you want to put it. To me, it was a lot of symbolism going on. I can't say for sure, but I do feel like maybe some of the myths that people were saying about this place. I mean, come on, bro. I don't know. I'll look deeper. I'm gonna just say I would not be shocked if some of that shit was true. It looked kind of crazy. Maybe I'm wrong for looking at it and then calling something without even knowing. Maybe I'm wrong. If it is, shit, you live and you learn. That's what we live for, to learn. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care. What's y'all thoughts? Do y'all have anything to elaborate on the collective? Do y'all have anywhere to have me go look to see if he's saying something that isn't correct and is false? Let me know.
After watching this video about smart TVs, you're going to want to turn off their wireless network adaptability. There's a setting you can turn off or turn your Wi-Fi off, or if it's plugged in by Ethernet, unplug the freaking cord when you're not using it. And even then, there is some security things we got to discuss. Check this out.
You watch your TV, but with this hack, your TV can watch you. Show us how that works.
So one of the things that we were able to do with the Smart TV platform was actually abuse the browser to the extent that we could actually gain access to the camera that's built into the TV.
Right.
And so what we can prove here is that with a little bit of extra code, we can turn the camera on in your browser.
Wow.
And while this is evident to you right here because we've designed it that way, this is something that we can do invisibly and actually have the camera running behind the web page that you're looking at.
So what this means is I could be sitting here watching TV from my bedroom, and you could be anywhere in the world looking at this image of me watching.
Yep, I could be sitting on a laptop in a cafe in Paris, and as long as I have a network connection, I'd be able to get into your TV and access the camera.
The kind of scary things about it is that it doesn't actually give any indication that the camera's on, and there's no little LED that shows up when the camera's on. So it could actually be watching you and you never even know.
So you remember in George Orwell, 1984, when there was cameras in every room? Well, other than our phones and other things that have cameras, smart TVs also can be watching you. Now, I don't even see this as of course it's unfortunate for privacy and many different things, it's not ideal. However, smart TVs and making everything smart, there's smart dishwashers, there's smart toilets, there's smart thermostats. They're trying to make our homes smart, which there's an acronym for that about surveillance, monitoring, and all this. I mean, that's really what it's about. And the other problem with it too is that anything wireless, it used to just be you plug your TV in, boom, bang, bing, and you're giving her, you can watch whatever you want. But now, with all these emitting wireless frequencies, we're sitting with a bunch of microwaves around us that are on at all times. If you ever do any research past the mainstream narrative about what happens when humans are exposed to trillions of different frequency bandwidths from all these different Wi-Fi, smart cities, smart freaking meters, smart lights, all this smart stuff emitting wireless frequency, it's not good for us. Check out the study that the Danish school students did with Wi-Fi routers and germinating seeds. You will be shocked at the effects, and it may affect our DNA. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
That's why that whole ring surveillance thing.
Raccoons are not from this world. They're some of the first aliens. Raccoons and octopus. Mostly one. Raccoons are all over America, right? Where do they come from? There's no cave drawings of any raccoons in anything.
Right.
They have drawings of dragons across the entire world, and people say dragons aren't real, but there's not a Latin name for raccoon. There's not like another name. Like they just showed up.
It's because they're sneaky. They got the mask on.
No, they came here and they were like, they got food everywhere.
Yeah.
They don't need to take us over until we run out of trash. If we run out of food to throw away, like if we just went to a system where there's like no trash anywhere, the raccoons would come up in their ships like Area 50. Because where's Area 51?
Right. You were saying you've seen pictures of dragons from every culture in the world. Have you ever seen a picture
show
of a
me
raccoon?
A drawing of a raccoon
From China.
Show me a story where there's just like the raccoon and the squirrel. There's none.
They got hands, bro.
They do
They
have
have
hands.
hands.
You're saying they built like spaceships and came here?
Yeah.
Raccoons?
Yeah, they have
like
hands.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Why did that come from?
The galaxy.
Stan Lee based everything else on the truth, right? X-Men is Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, like everything else. Where did this raccoon come from space?
Space.
Name another raccoon that's not from space.
I mean, I'm not arguing with you.
Even the other raccoons where like you have it, they're either secret agents.
What?
The government is telling you that raccoons were not supposed to be. They just showed up. Them and octopus.
What do
but
we
octopus
do?
couldn't. They have to be in the water.
Should we be shooting them? Dedrick said they're just like us.
I wouldn't start any shit with these raccoons. I wouldn't. You never been held up by gunpoint by a raccoon?
Can you imagine that? A raccoon just like, hey,
Now that you
give me your
trash.
trash.
It doesn't take any time for you to imagine it. It takes zero time for you to imagine a raccoon with a gun. I guarantee.
It did.
I guarantee. If they instead of making Planet of the Apes, they just had Planet of the Raccoons where they're just enslaving like people. They wouldn't make that movie. They were like, this can't sell because this can actually happen.
Right.
Literally, the week my family moved to America, my dad put a trap out in our backyard in Michigan, and we caught a raccoon. I'd never seen a raccoon before.
Yeah, exactly. They're
You didn't hear stories about it. They just be there.
It's because Eisenhower made a deal with the aliens to let raccoons be.
Because what you gonna say? There wasn't food back then.
We've always had
raccoons like, what do
trash.
they naturally eat?
And they eat anything. They're like a human. Oh.
The longer you spend thinking about it, the more I'm right.
That's what I don't like about this. I don't
And
see
then
them much
octopus-
because their daytime is nighttime.
Well, so how are octopuses?
So they landed in the ocean because they obviously need salt water. So they came from a water-based planet. Because I think they came here with the dragons that are originally here.
Yeah.
Right? Because like that's why you can't go to Antarctica. Like you cannot go to Antarctica.
You can't.
You cannot go, right? And then there's like you can't fly over it. You can't do anything. It's more protected than Area 51. Like you cannot go to, and you can only go on the outskirts of Antarctica. Yes, you can't even fly over it because that's where they're holding the dragon.
Scientists, you're telling me the dragons are in Antarctica?
Yes.
Right now.
There's one last dragon.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. The more he keep going, the more he's making a lot of sense.
Why DJs wrap their USBs in silver? Popular music tuned to 440 Hz not only sounds bad, but it also invites negative energies into the nightclub. Traditionally, DJs would drink a dram of colloidal silver to prevent minor demons and spirits from entering the DJ booth. However, most venues don't exchange DJ drink tickets for colloidal silver. This is why DJs will wear a silver necklace of at least 30 grams to prevent demons from approaching them, and also humans operating at a low karmic frequency who want to charge their phone in the DJ booth. By wrapping it around their DJ USB, they are creating a silvered weapon amplified by the power of the music that can guarantee total safety from evil spirits.
Because now that I'm thinking about it, every club I've ever gone to, I have noticed there's different energy every time I walk in. It might feel more lighthearted and more fun, and others feel more dark and egregiously eerie and like evil. But now they're starting to make sense. There are DJs that actively work to make sure that they are covered their music is covered and protected from evil spirits. This completely changes my mind about the way I look at DJs, and this is interesting.
Yes, music gets real deep if you take it.
Why? What's 2027? There was a guy on here, and I will highlight the video if you want, that was ex-Navy intelligence. And he said he came across some documents. And what I'm about to say, I believe he has validity, because after he saw these documents, he got out the military and he moved out of the United States. He even had a friend inside the FBI who told him, allegedly, to be out of the United States by 2025. He left in 2024. One key thing he says about the United States and where it is not safe, 100 miles within the coastline, throughout the whole coastline of the United States, east and west and south, and the Mississippi River. Do not be in proximity of that. Now, the minute he said that, and I, again, can direct y'all to this post, he doesn't get paid to say any of this. He isn't on a creator program. He was just giving us information. And a lot of people ask questions. As soon as he said that, coasts and the Mississippi River, I automatically thought about that Forbes magazine article on the new maps and how water, when we were told to watch the waters in 2020, water would have a direct impact on us. If you know, you know. This map in particular. And look at that. So let me just say, if you're within the water range of any of this, Mississippi River and the coasts, I would be very wary. Because, what do you think? Why would an ex-naval intelligence officer move out the United States and tell us we have to 2027 and to get away from coasts? Do you think he's just a crazy person? Use your discernment, piece of the guys.
Kobe died. There was this whole thing that was surfacing about how Kobe at some point made some kind of metaphorical transaction that he would be willing to die young if he could accomplish everything he wants to in his career, kind of thing. And then he dies young. And then the whole connection with LeBron, and there's this whole thing that people were saying was like some kind of ritual where they met in Philly at that game, and then like I think it was like a few days later he died in the accident. And you can look at all that kind of stuff and say, maybe it's hearsay. I don't know if there's any people that are athletes who implicitly say, "I sold my soul to Satan to get to the NBA," you know. But like, when you have artists and musicians and actors saying these things, for anybody watching or listening, it's like, at what point do you need to have evidence before you start believing that there's an enemy out there that's warring for your soul, and that there is this thing called good and evil, and you're in the middle of it? The very people who you look at as sane people, oh, they're Hollywood, they're musicians, you know, they're people to be looked up to. When those very people are saying these things, at what point do you need enough evidence on the table before you start saying, you know what, I need to make a decision here, you know? And I feel like that's why I mentioned about how I feel like we're approaching like this finish line, because it just feels like my enemy is taking the mask off and saying, yeah, this is me, you know, and try to entice people just with rawness.
I don't think Kobe accomplished everything he wanted to accomplish in his career. He didn't get as many rings as he wanted. And anybody know who Kobe wanted more than Jordan. Kobe's main thing was to show he was better than Jordan. He wanted more dubs than Jordan and everything. I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts.
just happens to look like your oldest daughter. And his wife.
I don't believe in coincidences.
Is the president of the United States a time traveler? Check this out.
Yo, to anyone who's deep in the rabbit hole, bro, buckle up, bro, because this shit is absolutely insane. So, I took some notes here, so I remember what to say. So, in 1893, this guy named Ingersoll Lockwood wrote a 3-part book series, right? The first one is called Travels and Adventures of Little Baron Trump. The second one is called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. And the third one is called The Last President. Alright? In the first book, Little Baron Trump lives in Trump Castle in Germany. And he finds a manuscript by a man named Don Fum that leads to underground tunnels in Russia that have portals to other dimensions. Okay? The first 2 books are just about Baron Trump and his dog, like, exploring all these weird dimensions, right? But this is where it really gets weird, bro. In the third book, The Last President, Don Fum uses these portals to become a controversial president who lives on 5th Avenue in New York. And he basically ruins the price of gold and is super controversial and ruins everything. His vice president's name is Pence, bro.
He had a vice president named Michael Pence.
That shit is absolutely crazy, but it gets even crazier, bro. Ingersoll Lockwood lived on the exact same street as Nikola Tesla when he wrote this book series. At the very same time that he was living on this street with Nikola Tesla was claiming that he invented time travel. Like, he deadass was saying, I'm about to make freaking time traveling portals and we're about to do it. And a little bit after, he mysteriously dies in a hotel. And all of his blueprints, all of his inventions are in this hotel when he dies. Guess who gets sent, along with the CIA, to pick up his blueprints? John G. Trump. Trump's literal blood uncle, bruh.
Yep. That's a strange connection.
Think about it, bro.
That can't be a
It gets even deeper, though. Werner von Braun, Nazi scientist, by the way, founder of NASA, wrote a book called Project Mars in 1953 about a man named Elon who takes everyone to Mars. The founder of NASA.
You can't make this stuff up.
And now Trump and Tesla are working together. They got space and time. Think about it, 5th Avenue right by Times Square.
Some will disagree.
You want to know what's one of the craziest things is that the entire world really don't realize that we're all deceived and worshiping Satan. Now, for my spiritually awake people, we all know what Satan actually is, but for the rest of humanity, y'all do realize that the beast system is the system that you use every single day, right? Do you realize the day you were born and your parents got you a birth certificate and had your name put on it and a number put on it, and some of us even got like our foot stamped on it, that they made you sign a contract to be in the beast system? Do you have a driver's license? You worship Satan. Do you have a social security number? You worship Satan. Do you use fiat currency of any kind? Do you use cryptocurrency? Do you use credit cards, debit cards? Do you use paper money? You worship Satan. We all literally use the beast system every single day. All of our souls were sold literally the day we were born into this world, and we got a birth certificate. So all y'all who be trying to call other people devil worshippers and all this shit, just shut the because you have no clue what the hell you talking about. Because as long as your ass got a birth certificate, a driver's license, a social security number, and your ass using paper money of any kind, whether it be from the U.S., from Japan, from Spain, wherever the be from, your ass is a devil worshiper, whether you want to realize it or not.
And this is why my uncle used to always say, don't talk down on nobody, don't look down on nobody, because we all in the same category. And sometimes he starts to be like, Lord, forgive them for what they know, not for what they do. Because sometimes we may be sinning and don't even know it. We may not even know that's a damn sin based off Who? The trickster? Switching up so much of the truth? Hey, that's just my two. Hey, I get guilty every time I pull my card out to buy something and I see that chick. I get guilty. I feel guilty. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Do I ever speak on that? I don't. But I know damn well this ain't the right step, because what happens when they say, oh, no more chips on your phone, no more chips on your card, you have to do this and you have to put it in your hand. I'm just saying. Or better yet, why would they tell you, if I'm gonna try to take your soul and have you sell your soul, why would I tell you doing it? Why would I do that? When an abuser is abusing somebody, do he tell you I'm abusing you right now, or does he just do it? I'm just asking. Why would it change? At a deeper scale, why would it change? If they want you to use... I'm done with it. Y'all let me know your thoughts, because I can see now so many people got their minds made up. What's the use of me saying anything to them?
A lot of y'all not gonna like this one either, but a lot of y'all pastors and a lot of those big time pastors that y'all be watching on TV, those are Freemasons. They are Freemasons, believe it or not. So when y'all be saying all this, Freemason this, Freemason that, remember that.
I agree a little bit.
They want y'all to forget, so I'm going to remind you. Any energy that needs to siphon from you or take anything from you, by definition, cannot be stronger than you. So apply that wherever it needs to go.
There was a girl named Stacey Ann, very sweet girl, very family orientated. She would be the one cooking all the meals for every holiday, decorating for every holiday. Her family basically didn't have to lift a finger when she was around. She was really into science fiction. She was one of those teenagers who read the Twilight books before the movies even came out. As a kid, she would always say she wanted to be a vampire, but she would never turn into a vampire because she couldn't bear outliving all her family members and seeing them all die. Fast forward to 2020, she decided to go no contact with her entire family. For years and years, she was trying to get them to understand how hateful they are, how evil all their ideas were. And at a certain point, she couldn't stand it anymore and she went no contact. About 4 years after that, Stacey Ann found a video of a lady talking about vampires on Facebook. The first video she saw was this lady talking about a vampire who was on the internet telling vampire secrets. That one post turned into a series of posts, and Stacey Ann kind of fell down a rabbit hole. After about a year of listening to this lady's stories, she decided to contact this vampire that was on the internet. For the purposes of this story, we'll call this vampire Vic. Stacey Ann contacted Vic via DMs. The messages consisted of questions like, where is he from? How long have you been a vampire? What kind of blood do you drink? Stacey Ann was messaging for months and never got a response, but that didn't stop her. Her messages started to get a little bit less general and more specific. She would ask him where he lives, if she could visit, if he needed familiars. That went on for a few months and she never got a response. After about 7 months of sending messages, she decided to send one last message, and if he didn't answer this message, she would give up. She asked Vic if he would be able to turn her into a vampire. She got no response for about 2 days, and on the third day, he answered. I suspect Vic answered this message because not only did she ask to be a vampire, but she also let him know that she has gone no contact with her family, she has no friends, and she has no kids that rely on her, and she wanted to be a vampire. Vic didn't say yes or no, he just asked for her address. Stacey Ann promptly sent him her address. Vic wrote back and told her that he would be at her house at 11 o'clock, as the process needs to be done in the dead of night. 2 days later, Vic showed up at her house. He knocked on the door and she let him in. Vic let her know that there was a huge chance that she might not make it and she wanted to do it anyway, seeing as how she had nothing else to lose. They started the process, and they waited. About 4 hours in, it was very obvious to Vic that Stacey Ann was going to make it. So he told her that she should pack up all her stuff tomorrow night and get out of town as soon as possible. He told her starting a new life is better if you start early rather than later. He told her that she'd be sensitive to light for a very long time and that she should stay indoors during the day. He left her with a sack of O negative and the number of a familiar that would help her until she found her permanent familiar. Although Stacey Ann was very much so warned about keeping everything a secret, Stacey Ann did not do that. Stacey Ann then took to the internet and started to let everyone know about her transformation. Naturally, people started to reach out to Stacey Ann in an effort to be turned themselves. About 4 months into Stacey Ann being a vampire, she was contacted by someone who wanted to be changed. They gave her their address, she gave them a time, and she showed up. She knocked on the front door, but there was no answer, so she went around the back, and that door was open. As Stacey Ann walked into the dark house, she tripped on wire that was pulled as she was walking in. She fell to the ground and was then doused with oil that was infused with dried pink rose petals. In a matter of seconds, Stacey Ann was paralyzed. She couldn't move any parts of her body, but she could feel everything. These people were not looking to be changed, but they were vampire hunters. When disposing of a body, vampire hunters will burn that body. They do this for 2 reasons. 1, to make sure no one can use the blood that's inside of the vampire. And 2, to send a message to any vampires in the surrounding area. Fortunately, these vampire hunters were novices themselves and didn't leave the area after they burned the body, which makes it very easy for vampires to then find them. And Vic found them. Unlike vampire hunters, vampires don't burn the bodies. They leave them right there, drained of all their blood. They do this to send a message to other vampires in the area. When these bodies are discovered and it hits the news, the message is sent further than vampire ashes could ever. It took about 3 days, but Vic finally saw on the news that these bodies had been discovered. What Vic didn't know, though, was all of these people were related, as they had the same last name. What Vic also didn't realize was that they had the same name as Stacey Ann. This was Stacey Ann's family. Her 2 cousins, her brother, and her father. Small world.
So when he gives his stories, when he shows his fangs, again, shout out to Damo Draper. I like his content. I see he said in the video yesterday, so many people don't believe in vampires but got all the answers about vampires. Some people believe in vampires and are not vampires but got all the answers for a vampire. That part, when I see it in the comments, I laugh so hard. When I see all the explanations, all the opinions, it's funny as hell to me. It's funny, bro. I laugh so hard because we don't know shit as humans and we think we know everything. And when we realize that we don't know nothing, that's when we begin our journey of enlightenment. Because enlightenment means you know nothing. You know a little bit. You know something, but you don't know everything. And we are clueless to a lot of this shit. Because if we wasn't, we would have been talking about this shit before it popped on the screen. That's all I'm saying. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Y'all let me know y'all opinions. Shout out to Damo Draper again. The girl, Stacey Ann, she was a typical ass internet person. Most people post everything on the internet. Most people want everybody in their business. Her intentions was not right for becoming a vampire. Now, if you wanted to be a vampire because you had other reasons, that's perfectly fine. Would I do it? No. But am I going to judge you? No, do your thing. She only wanted the clout. She wanted it for the clout. She wanted to tell people, and look what happened. That's like somebody catching $1 million, telling everybody you got $1 million, and then you get robbed for it. You shouldn't have told nobody you had the money, bro.
If your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil.
Hollywood Records contract, and I'm signing it to have my first record ever and selling my soul to Hollywood Records.
Time has come. You're gonna break it quick, clean, get it done with. Doesn't matter that I signed the blood oath. Doesn't matter anymore. The Illuminati's real. I'm a member. It's how Imagine Dragons got famous.
The label's telling you, listen, you have to sit down with Spotify, sit down with Apple. You have to do this interview. You have to. If you don't want to, you have to. You have to go see this person and sit down and talk to them. You have to go and do this. You have to. Literally, you can say, I don't feel like doing it. I don't even like that person. You have to. You're a puppet.
Oh, he sold his soul. She sold his soul. If you sign that contract, if you sign a contract and got that money, you sold your soul. Period. Point blank period. As soon as you signed that contract, you sold your soul.
Did I sell my soul? I sold my soul for you. Now figure that out. Talking about I sold my soul. I sold my soul for you. Y'all coming right with me, you dummies.
I don't know if you've had this, but I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And, yeah. Oh, they're in the room.
Yeah. And for that 360 deal or more.
Are aliens headed for Earth right now, today? A theoretical physicist says the answer is maybe. He suggests a Manhattan-sized object known as 3I Atlas could actually be a mysterious alien spaceship. No one knows where it came from, but one Harvard researcher believes there's a 40% chance it was not naturally formed. He said we can't rule out the possibility of an alien invasion. Joining me now, UFO researcher and host of The Vortex, Daniel Allen Jones. Daniel Allen, thanks so much for being with us here today. So let's walk through this. Let's walk through this calm, collected, rational, but not alarmist and not dismissive. This, first of all, is rare. We have a simulated image up here in the studio of 3I Atlas. It is rare, right? This has only been seen 3 times where a quote-unquote comet or some object originates from deep space.
That's right. So the main part about this that makes us unique is that we have the interstellar component. It's not just already here in the solar system, it's coming through from outside. When you have an interstellar object coming through, we can track them either through deep space or when they come in close, but this one actually came in to the planetary plane. That might be a bit unusual. And as you had mentioned, with Dr. Avi Loeb's claims, we can see that there's a bit of sensationalism behind what's being suggested with this being alien technology. But there are some reasons why he's espousing these ideas.
Let's talk about that. There is some unusual observations around 3I Atlas that are leading some people to think, hey, there's a high probability or some level of probability that it's not natural. What are those abnormalities?
That's right. So you can look at what has been detected as far as the chemical composition. They seem to think that with some of the plumes around that there aren't a lot of suggestions of water composition, but maybe high concentrations of nickel, which as we manufacture has low concentrations of iron. And that's what they're finding. And so Avi Loeb has suggested that because of that, it's possible that this is an artificial manufactured object and that it's utilizing its point right now closest to the sun today as what we call the perihelion, as an opportunity to either potentially change trajectory. And so we might see that coming after today, with the next few days, weeks, or sometime here in the near future, if it might change direction.
So today it's on the backside, the dark side of the sun. It is being monitored, and this seems to be the moment of truth from what I'm led to understand. If the object changes course or changes speed, that will be an indication that it is not natural?
It could potentially give us an idea that there is some way that we can know more about its intentions. If it is artificial whatsoever, if it has any sort of signature, a techno-signature, a biosignature that we can understand. The Juno project is actually looking at using radio frequencies to detect if there's any sort of material detection that can be found as far as radio waves and things that can help us understand if it does have a signal as it continues to pass on through. But right now, it's something that we'll not be able to see from Earth because it is on the opposite side of the sun.
But I want to be clear. It's already behaving in abnormal ways, and it is behaving in abnormal ways, I believe, to include not normal gravitational expectations. But this moment, and tell me if I'm wrong, is the moment of truth. Like, if it behaves the way something we would expect to behave with normal gravitational pull, then we can say, okay, it's a comet. But if it does anything abnormal, that really increases the expectation this is a spacecraft.
It's very possible that if, as we know, as our model suggests the universe to be, we would do something to the effect of utilize the gravitational pull of the sun or another star to make changes as we enter into another solar system.
Am I tripping? Or did she catch that demon face syndrome? Am I tripping? I know I ain't the only one who saw that.
This man says 60% of the people walking around this earth are not actually human.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I'm spiritually inclined, I have a soul, I'm as real as they come, bro. I live in the city. I see thousands of people walk by me every day, and I can tell y'all right now, 60% of them is not all human. They is not all human, bro. I be like, yo, what's good, how you doing? They'll be like, and keep walking. Like, yo, what's good with you, bro? There's no way you what? You from the other side. You got a zipper on your back, bro. Turn around, bro. Let me see your back, bro. A lot of these people is not human. They're not, bro. There's no way. Acting like that, people are weird. I'm telling you, it's like they've never been greeted by a fellow human being. Like, I'm telling you, bro, there's no way, cuz, like, I see enough people all day, every day. You got your normal people that just was good. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It sounds awful like he's describing the movie They Live. It's an 80s movie directed by John Carpenter, the same guy who did Halloween. But if you love conspiracies, this is a great movie to watch. It sounds exactly like what he's saying as well. As always, thank you for watching. Stay weird.
Listen to what he says about holy waters.
So I went straight to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I went straight to Africa. When my mom was over there at the time, she was sick. When I went over there, she was at a monastery. I didn't know that, though. You feel me? I'm thinking I'm finna go live lavish over there in Africa because my parents got a little bit of money over there. You feel me? I go to the monastery. I'm with monks, like straight monks, Christian monks. Like, they go to church, come home, live in mud houses. They sleep on the floor, so I'm sleeping on the floor with them, like on the rocks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because going crazy, I'm like, damn, this shit ass as hell. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie to you. It was ass for you feel me? But then I started, like, going to some shit called the holy waters. Like, that's why I feel sad for a lot of Americans, because y'all don't got this shit in America. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't got the luxuries they got over there, even though they don't look at it as luxury because they used to it. You feel me? They got shit like holy waters. Like, I was one dude I was with. He was from over here, but he went over there because he was sick. Right? So me and this nigga going to the holy waters every day for like 2 months straight. 2 months later, this nigga healed up from real shit. No joke. Like, and then there's other girls and shit, like, say you have bad spirits and you got any demons inside you or anything like that. You go in them holy waters, they start praying over you and shit, you start feeling that water, all them shit's gonna start getting out of you. Like, demons gonna start screaming through you, getting out of you, trying to avoid you, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I done seen niggas to walk up the mountain, even before they even reach the church, they start passing out. Because they demons try not to let them go up there, but niggas forcing them up there, you know what I'm saying? So it really get deep. It's just like, I be feeling sad for Americans. Y'all don't got that over here, you know?
This is why I do not play with spiders, and I say spiders need to be continuously studied. These people done went in a cave and found the largest spider web that has ever been documented. Ever. Look at this shit. Nah, look at this shit again. They're saying that the web that they found has over 111,000 spiders in it. 111,000 spiders existing at the same time. Do you know what that means? That means if they wanted your ass, they could have your ass. The spider web that they found in this picture stretched 1,200 square feet long. Do you know what that shit means? You ever seen how a spider eats an insect? They make a web, catch it in the web, and they get busy. You see that web right there? If you fall on that web, you done. You not getting out of that web. I don't even think Spider-Man can make a web like that. 1,200 square feet is almost the size of a basketball court. These people found 2 different species living in those spider webs together. Just chilling, minding their business, waiting for you to trip and fall on that web. Yep. Play with them shits if you want to. Play with them shits if you want to.
Whoa. What? Oh my God. What?
Does everybody see the pink? Good. Whoa! When it calms down, it's basically perfect. This is too much for filters. It's so cool.
I'm scared too. Just relax, baby, relax. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down, you guys. Right here. Next to me. Just sit down. Just sit down. Everybody pray. Come away from here. Come right here. Everybody just pray, okay, you guys? Everybody just pray. Dear God, please bless our family. Keep us safe. We are in a moment of need. We just need you to protect us, dear God. We love you. Please keep our family safe. We are praying to you right now. We love you, Jesus. And we appreciate you. Oh my freaking God. Oh my God. I can't shit like this in my life. Oh my God, I'm so scared, you guys. It's okay. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna die, my love. Okay? You're not gonna die. Hold this and record it.
I had a dream about this and now I'm scared. I hope everyone's okay. I pray for Xavier. I pray for Auntie. I pray for everyone. I'm really scared.
It's okay.
I hope everyone's okay. Mama, it was blue lightning.
I know, I saw it.
I don't want this to happen to us ever again.
It's okay.
It said it was going to stop at 3.
Witchcraft is so deep. It goes from what you watch to what you listen to what you eat to what you wear, even taking a gift from somebody or shaking somebody's hand, who braids your hair, who gives you a massage, who even does your nails and your toes. That's how deep witchcraft is, okay? Hi, my name is Makia. I'm daughter of the Most High. I came out of African voodoo in my bloodline and New Age witchcraft since being in my mother's stomach. Very knowledgeable unintentionally on witchcraft in the kingdom of darkness, because the demons that I have encountered since being baptized, you would pray that you never had to experience it. After I got baptized, I face-to-face saw the spirit of Jezebel, incubus, succubus, and a monitoring spirit. I was astral projecting unintentionally, having visions, dreams, attacks, stuff falling off my walls, feeling omnipresences, you name it, I've seen it and felt it. My Bible verses that I would play at night have turned to static. I have heard scratching. I have heard voices. I have been touched. You name it. I have seen it, smelt it, or felt it. I have smelt demons as well, and they stink. Ew. The movie Sinners, the name, let's start there. That's just simple common sense. Why, as a Christian, are we watching a movie about sin? Let's start there. Number 2, if you do your research and wake up a little bit, Michael B. Jordan is a part of an African witchcraft occult called Babawalu, or however you pronounce it. Enough said with that. Beyonce and Summer Walker, I forget the demons that are in them, but Summer Walker has an altar that she gives fruits and incense and all these types of things to make her rich and famous, and Beyonce does the same thing. So let's also incorporate that in. Witchcraft runs so deep that even the teas that you drink, you have to be careful. Yogi tea, if you do the research history on it and where it stemmed from, you shouldn't be drinking it. And just because as Christians we pray over something doesn't mean that there isn't witchcraft in it. It is so keen to have your discernment up. Pray for discernment daily, and that's why I tell people to pray for discernment, because it's deeper than what we can even imagine. From somebody touching your hair, that's how deep it is, to the hair oils that we use on our scalp, babe. That's how deep it is. Like, people are surface level, not knowing the depth and the gravity and the deepness of witchcraft. When I said that meditation and burning incense was witchcraft, that's how it's used nowadays. Nobody's using incense to worship God or anything else. I was using incense and meditation to balance my chakra and open up my third eye and get rid of evil energy. Satan has taken things from the Bible, flipped it, and perverted it for his glory. I meditate on scripture. I read a Bible verse and I sit in the Lord's presence and I reiterate the Bible verse that I just read. That's how I meditate nowadays. There are so many things that people are not talking about in the dark realm that needs to be discussed even further, such as gods and goddesses, Athena, Medusa, Zeus, those fake figures. When you're in a sorority or a fraternity, the things that you have to do to join that, why would you ever do that to yourself, for one? But I've seen people with braised marks on them. You're doing all these hand chants and hoorah doo-rahs. You're doing all types of crazy things to join something. For what, bro? Like, for what? Y'all remember Serena from Love Island? I knew something was off about her, but on the show, Love Island After whatever, her anxiety has gotten worse, right? And I was doing my research on her. Sister Girl's in an AKA. Of course your anxiety is getting bad, sister. You belong to the devil. Because the veil is thinning, Satan's increasing. Of course you're having panic attacks every other moment. The demonic realm is deep. It's so deep. I'll have to figure out when I'll be speaking on everything, but it's deep, y'all. Like, it's so crazy. All a witch all they need is consent. Especially if somebody comes up to you and asks you, "Can I pray for you?" Tread lightly, brothers and sisters. If somebody in church comes up to you or you go up for prayer and they say, "Can I pray for you?" That's verbal consent you just gave them by saying yes. They can do whatever they want with you. Once you allow something in you, on you, around you.
I think I'm gonna go sleep. You got to go sleep tonight on the biggest. What after party? I'm just having a party. Word? Yeah. Oh, I don't see. Okay, my bad. Hold on. My boy Drew. Yo, Drew, where you at? Where you at? Okay, hold on. Okay, babe. All right. Excuse me, my bad. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Drew, I'm coming. That's it. I think I'm gonna go sleep. You got to go sleep tonight on the biggest. What after party? I'm just having a party. Word? Yeah. Oh, I don't see. Okay, my bad. Hold on. My boy Drew. Yo, Drew, where you at? Where you at?
Don't forget to follow me for your dose of nightmare fuel.
But y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching any TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. I love y'all, Collective, and until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my account. Sheesh.